संवाद कराना चाहता हूं। आप बेल में आ रहे हैं, मैं फिर आपसे आग्रह कर रहा हूं कि इस तरीके से सदन की गरिमा को गिराना कतई उचित नहीं है। आप हमेशा, मैंने आपको पर्याप्त समय, पर्याप्त अवसर दिया है, देर रात तक सदन चला है, लेकिन ये आपका व्यवहार ये सदन के लिए और देश की लोकतांत्रिक मर्यादाओं के लिए उचित नहीं है। मैं सभा को प्रदान की गई समर्पित त्वरित सेवाओं के लिए लोकसभा सचिवालय के महासचिव और अधिकारियों कर्मचारियों को सराहना करता हूं। मैं सभा की कार्रवाई के संचालन में संबद्ध एजेंसियों और उनके द्वारा प्रदान की गई सहायता के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूं। माननीय सदस्यगण, ये सदन उच्च कोटि की मर्यादाओं का सदन रहा है। आप किसी विषय पर चर्चा नहीं करना चाहते, मुद्दों पर चर्चा नहीं करना चाहते, सदन की कार्रवाई को व्यवधान करते हैं, बाधित करते हैं, नियोजित तरीके से बाधित करते हैं, ये उचित नहीं है। मैं अब माननीय सदस्यों से आग्रह करूंगा कि वो वंदे मातरम की धुन के लिए अपने स्थान पर खड़े हों। सभा की कार्रवाई अनिश्चित काल के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
All right, so that of course was the Lok Sabha that was adjourned right now. Today of course was the last day of the budget session of Parliament, so the Lok Sabha Speaker also speaking to all the parliamentarians and saying that decorum must be maintained. Do remember that in the second installment of the budget session we haven't seen any work done at all. Right now what we know is that the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha both been adjourned. We are still awaiting confirmation at the about the reconvening time of the two. But today is the last day of the budget session of Parliament, and we have seen a repeated ruckus in both houses, whereby no work essentially has been done. Now, the opposition has been staging a walkout. There was also a black protest that was staged by the opposition. And here's a look at the top stories. Following the arrest of a Telangana BJP chief, Bandi Sanjay Kumar, the Union Minister Kishan Reddy termed the latter's arrest as undemocratic and said that the state BJP chief's arrest was to divert people's attention. On the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti, the Delhi police have given permission to take out a Shobha Yatra in the Jahangirpuri area within a certain distance. In the backdrop of the recent clashes in Bengal and Bihar, security has been heightened ahead of Hanuman Jayanti celebrations. A Hindu temple has been desecrated in Canada after being spray painted with anti-India graffiti. This time the target of the vandalism was the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in the town of Windsor in Ontario in Canada. This is the fifth such incident where a temple has been defaced with graffiti since July last year. A terror associate of the Lashkar-e-Toiba has been arrested near Canal Road in Bandipora with a live Chinese grenade, 12 live AK-47 bullets. The operation was organized by the Bandipora police along with 26 AR. and the 3rd Battalion of the CRPF. A case has been lodged. An incident of stone pelting on the Vande Bharat Express train has been reported from Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. This is the 3rd time where a stone pelting incident has been reported on the Visakhapatnam Secunderabad Vande Bharat Express in the last 3 months. The glass pane of the coach was damaged. The police said some unknown people pelted stones at the Vande Bharat train as it reached Visakhapatnam for maintenance. The Delhi High Court is likely to pronounce its order on the bail plea of the jailed former AAP Minister Satendra Jain in a money laundering case being probed by the ED. Jain was arrested on the 30th of May last year by the agency and is accused of having laundered money through 4 companies allegedly linked to him. The body of a 25-year-old truck driver of the Indian Army who went missing on Saturday has been recovered by a joint team of the Army, the NDRF and the Disaster Management Group of West Bengal police divers. The driver was missing after the truck that he was operating had skidded off the road and fallen into the Teesta River. The Karnataka police have registered an FIR against the Horticulture Minister Muniratna, who is a BJP MLA, for his reported hate speech against Christians in his constituency recently. Muniratna, while speaking at an election campaign event in Karnataka, alleged that there were conversion activities in slums and called on people to hit them and send them back, as he would look after them even if there were any repercussions. One person has been arrested by the Tiranga police in a joint operation with the Border Security Force personnel on Wednesday. Nearly 2.5 kgs of heroin has been recovered, according to the Punjab police. Drones were used to transport drugs from Pakistan, and FIR has been registered under the NDPS Act. And 6 students from across India will travel to the US next week to participate in the NASA Rover Challenge 2023. Students who have not even stepped out of their villages are now ready to fly to the American Agency's Space and Rocket Center in Alabama, the US. The students aged between 14 to 18 years are from children's homes, remote villages and cities across India who have been selected to participate in the NASA Human Exploration Rover Challenge. Now, the Congress party has given seats to BJP leaders who had recently quit the party. Now, this obviously is causing quite a stir within the Congress. We are learning that Vijay Kulkarni, who was supposed to be a candidate against Chief Minister Bommai from Shigao, has been fielded from Dharwad. So, this is the second list that has been released by the Congress party for the Karnataka elections. Do remember that there are a certain number of former leaders from the BJP who have now joined the Congress party. Prajwal is reporting on this. He joins us live from Bengaluru. Prajwal, good morning. Give us more details of the second list, please.
Now, Nupur, the second list of the Congress has finally been released, and as we were saying earlier also, there has been a lot of infighting, and there will be further lists of the Congress as well. This is a testimony to that, because now so far the Congress has announced candidates for only 42 assembly constituency over here, and majorly they are from Belagavi and the Kittur Karnataka region as well. Very interesting over here is the fact that in the Congress there was always a fight which was going on about the insiders versus the outsiders, but seems like the outsiders have gone ahead and got the tickets, or they have secured the tickets here, because now the Congress has given the ticket, the Gurmitkal ticket to Babu Rao Chinchansur, who was a former BJP MLC as well, and also now NY Gopalakrishna gets a Congress ticket from Molakal Murutu, so he will be pitted against Sri Ramulu, who will likely be fielded from the BJP. So this is one interesting battle to watch out for. Two big guns of the BJP going ahead and getting tickets in the Congress as well, but definitely all is not well within the Congress party, because there is also also a lot of infighting. But before we come to that, everybody was watching whether the Congress will go ahead and announce the candidate for Shiggaon Assembly constituency, which has not been done in the first list, neither has it been done in the second list, because this is the constituency from where Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai will be contesting. And all eyes were on this particular constituency because Vinay Kulkarni was stated to be one of the strongest candidates who hailed from the same community, from the Panchamasali Lingayat community, who would be pitted against Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai to go ahead and give a head-on fight to the BJP there. But seems like now the Congress is doing thinking otherwise, and they have fielded him from Dharwad as well. So now whether Vinay Kulkarni will be fielded from Shiggaon as well, that has to be seen too, because the Congress is losing out on potential candidates who can be fielded against Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, and also now pitting Vinay Kulkarni and the Congress's policy of fielding only one candidate per, only one candidate from one constituency is something which is being looked out for. So if Vinay Kulkarni is given a ticket, that has to be seen. And also, last but not the least, we will have to bring in that Darshan Puttanaya, who is who is from the Karnataka Sarvodaya Paksha, has he is fielding from his own party, and the Congress has extended support here after he had a talk with the KPCC President DK Shivkumar.
All right, thank you very much, Prajwal, for bringing us those updates. Well, news just coming in. In fact, we are learning that it looks like there's been a huge setback for Satendra Jain. The Delhi High Court has rejected his bail plea, stating that Satendra Jain can influence witnesses and evidence. The court accepted that Jain was controlling the Calcutta base of companies. Satendra Jain, of course, was seeking bail in an ED case against him for money laundering. Sambhav has more details. Let's go across to him. Sambhav, tell us more, please.
Well, this is another setback for Aam Aadmi Party, as another Aam Aadmi Party leader has been denied bail. Here, in the case of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, wherein Satendra Jain is denied bail from Delhi High Court today. He has, in an order which is passed at 11 a.m. today, the Delhi High Court has very categorically said that Satendra Jain is in a position to influence the witness, and the twin conditions of PMLA does not satisfy here. Hence, his bail plea has been rejected by Delhi High Court. He filed the bail plea against the trial court's order, in which trial court had rejected his bail plea in November 2022 last year, after which he went to the Delhi High Court for seeking the bail, and today again a bail has been rejected by Delhi High Court also in the Prevention of Money Laundering case, which is registered by Enforcement Directorate against him, in which he is alleged of being controller of various companies having Hawala transactions, and a long chart was produced when the hearing was happening in the trial court. So he is rejected bail again by the Delhi High Court. First he was rejected bail from the trial court. Now it's the Delhi High Court who has rejected the bail of Satendra Jain.
All right. So as Sambhav is pointing out, of course, it appears that there is a big setback coming in for Satendra Jain. The High Court has also denied him a bail. Do remember that Satendra Jain has been in prison since last year of May. He is, of course, facing charges in a money laundering case. Now, Sambhav, also give us more details about the charges he faces in this money laundering case that's been filed against him by the ED.
Well, Enforcement Directorate during the trial,
Sambhav? All right, I don't think we have Sambhav on this one yet. Thank you for that, Sambhav. But this is what we know right now. It appears that there has been a huge setback for Satendra Jain, the former Delhi minister and the AAP leader, in the bail plea that he had filed in the High Court. The High Court of Delhi has refused him bail. In fact, in that order, the High Court seems to suggest that he does have the capacity of essentially influencing witnesses and evidence. Now, in yet another incident of Hindu hate attacks, a temple has been targeted in Canada's Windsor. Officers discovered anti-Hindu and anti-India graffiti sprayed in black on an exterior wall of the building. Now, this is nearly the 5th such attack that we are seeing in Canada since July of last year. In this particular case, we are learning that it was a temple that was attacked in Ontario province of Canada. Graffiti was painted on the walls of this temple. Now, this of course comes despite repeated attempts by the Indian government to go through to these countries where we are seeing these attacks pick up, with the Indian government essentially saying that Canada needs to rein in this kind of behavior that's coming in from right-wing elements over there. So pictures on your screen are of another hate attack that has been seen in Ontario, this time in Canada. This is the Swaminarayan temple, whose walls were defaced with anti-India and anti-Hindu graffiti. We are told that a case has been lodged by the police and they are investigating perhaps who could be behind this attack. But this is not the first time we are seeing something like this in Canada. In fact, this is perhaps the 5th such attack that we have seen. Now, this time, of course, the target of the vandalism was the Bap Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in the towns of Windsor in Ontario in Canada. Mr. Sirsa from the BJP now joins us on the broadcast. Mr. Sirsa, we are seeing these repeated attacks come in these countries. This one, of course, happens to be in Canada. What is it, that these countries essentially can do to stop this?
देखिए कंट्रीज में सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है कि ये करना ही नहीं चाह रहे। ऐसा चाहे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी, ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इंडिया में बताना पड़ा कि ये जो हो रहा है आपको इसके ऊपर एक स्टॉप लगाना चाहिए, रोकना चाहिए सबको। और कनाडा में जो हो रहा है, ये कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट अगर इसको सीरियसली नहीं लेगी, जो कि अब तक नहीं ले रहे, वो दे आर नॉट टेकिंग इट सीरियसली। और वरना तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि किसी कंट्री के अंदर इस तरह की कोई हेट हो और इतना किसी भी धर्म के ऊपर इस तरह के अटैक किया जाए बार बार और उसको सीरियसली ना लिया जाए। बट इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने टाइम एंड अगेन उनको रिमाइंड कराया कि आपको इसके ऊपर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए। और आप देखिए कनाडा में किस तरह के हालात बन गए हैं, लोकल लोगों के ऊपर भी हमले होने शुरू हो गए। बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हो गया, वहां पे एक ब्लास्ट में आदमी मारा गया। तो अगर वो नहीं रोकेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली दे आल्सो हैव टू पे द प्राइस ऑफ दिस। लेकिन मैं इसको स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट पॉसिबल मैं कंडेम करता हूँ जो ऐसा लोग काम कर रहे हैं। ये लोग केवल और केवल नफरत और हेट फैलाना चाहते हैं, इनका सोल पर्पस है। दे आर फंडेड बाय, वी आर ऑल नो दैट हु देयर क्लोज फ्रेंड्स आर, दैट्स द आईएसआई, दे आर फंडेड बाय ऑल, फंडेड बाय आईएसआई। और उनका पर्पस ये है कि किसी तरीके नफरत को और फैलाया जाए।
All right, Mr. Sirsa, thank you for joining us. Let's also go across to Mr. Sharda on the phone line. Mr. Sharda, we see these repeated attacks, whether it's the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and there seems no end to this. What is it, that governments in these countries can do to stop this, and why is it that they are unable to essentially effectuate any change?
Canada also suffers from vote bank syndrome. And though the number of Sikhs in the voting is very low, and especially the people who actually create all havoc is very low, but nobody wants to confront the goons. And the weakness of the Canada government is that is, in its own way, it's trying to promote these things. While when they have a problem, they throw police at people, they use violence at the people. But for India, they have no answer. So answer lies with India. It has to be stronger. It has to remove all the OCI cards, take away all the visa rights, and let them rot where they are. And slowly they will understand what they are doing.
Right. Ratan Sharda, appreciate your joining us on Republic TV. So essentially, the comments that seem to be coming in suggest that there may be a lack of will in countries like Canada to stop these attacks, because they may also be a political constituency to which leaders are essentially pandering to. So pictures on your screen are of another hate attack that has been reported from Canada. This is the Ontario province of Canada, where anti-India as well as anti-Hindu graffiti was painted on the walls of the Swaminarayan temple. We are told that an investigation has begun. The police are looking into who could be behind this attack. But just telling you about figures that we are getting from Canada, this is the 5th such attack that we have seen coming in from Canada in about a year, less than a year actually, since July of 2022. Well, the accused in the Kerala train attack case, Ruckus has been nabbed by the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad from Ratnagiri. He was brought to the Armed Reserve Camp station in Kozhikode. Now, after a health checkup, he will be produced before the Kozhikode Chief Judicial Magistrates Court.
Ruckus, the main accused in the Kerala train attack case, is currently being taken by the Kerala police for a health checkup. Following, he will be immediately produced before the judicial magistrate is what being seen. You can see the kind of tight security with which he is being taken to the hospital, followed by the court, the judicial magistrate. Right now, he has been under investigation with the SIT, and now the entire SIT with full protection are taking him to the hospital, followed by the judicial magistrate, where he will be sent for remand. Therefore, he has been booked under several sections now. That is also available for us, and this news is also from the police quarters here where he's being taken. Therefore, once he is produced before the judicial magistrate, we will be getting to know more details on this matter. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Nanda Kumar from Kozhikode for Republic TV.
You are with Republic TV, and coming up next, the Prime Minister says Nation First lists records and achievements under the BJP's government. And face-off over the Bengal violence continues. The centre sends paramilitary troops to the state.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first. The nation wants to know why Bengal is burning. Mamata Banerjee has declared that the BJP is the chief instigator. If that is the case, I ask, and if Mamata Banerjee does indeed have proof that the BJP is instigating, then why does she not arrest the BJP Bengal chief Sukanta Majumdar or the leader of the opposition and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari? And if she does not have the proof, then isn't she admitting her own defeat and inability in handling the situation, and therefore, to avoid blame, make it political? The state government is very quick to misuse the police to file FIRs on the media, on news channels like Republic. But when it comes to harshly implementing law and order, where it needs to be done, where is the police, Mamata Banerjee? Have lawbreakers in Bengal been emboldened to the point where they don't care two hoots about the police and the security machinery? And where is the minister in charge of law and order, Mamata Banerjee herself? If the governor visits the riot-hit areas, where, we ask, is the chief minister? The nation wants to know. The nation must know.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court.
Very good morning. You're watching Live and Breaking at 11:30. I'm Suesha Sound joining you on the broadcast. We continue to get you live proceedings from the Parliament as the logjam continues. That and much more in this edition. First, a quick check of the headlines we're tracking at this hour.
कांग्रेस और उनके जैसी पार्टियों का कल्चर, उन पार्टियों की पहचान क्या है? परिवारवाद, वंशवाद, जातिवाद और क्षेत्रवाद का बंधक है ये सारे लोग।
Prime Minister takes on opposition in an unrelenting attack, says Congress synonymous with dynasty politics.
हमारे परिश्रम से जो परिणाम मिले हैं, इसकी गवाही वो आंकड़े दे रहे हैं, बीते 15-20 दिनों में सामने आए।
Prime Minister roars, nation first, lists records and achievements under BJP government. Face off over Bengal, violence continues, centre sends paramilitary troops to the state. Parliament logjam continues, opposition set to take to the streets of the national capital. Another Hindu hate attack in Canada, temple targeted in Windsor this time. And well, even as the logjam in Parliament continues, parliamentarians of several opposition parties are taking out a Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe into the Adani row. Cutting across to my colleague Harsha, who's joining us live on the broadcast as she gets us all the details on the ground. Harsha, this is a demand that the opposition has been making literally on a daily basis, staging a protest to this effect, not allowing the parliament to function. And now again the same happening where they are out to hold a Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk. Give us details of what's happening there.
Exactly, Suesha, stated by you that since it's been the second leg of Parliament, second leg of budget session, since it has started, not a single day when Parliament, any business could take place because there was ruckus, there was logjam every day in the Parliament. Now reporting from Vijay Chowk, as I'll ask my video journalist Parvez to show you the visuals from outside Parliament as a march with the national flag, a tricolour march by opposition party leaders will be taken from Parliament till the Vijay Chowk. After that, they will address a press conference at Constitution Club, but a tight security alert could clearly be seen as they will not be allowed to move much ahead from Parliament. They will only be allowed to march till the Vijay Chowk, and they will come here and address the media as well, where they have been demanding the formation of constitution of JPC since the single day of the Parliament. They have been demanding it from the first day that the JPC should be constituted in the Adani matter, and from that day to till now, every day there has been ruckus, there has been screams, papers were thrown at Lok Sabha Speaker, and quite not a single day when any business could be moved in the Parliament. And that too, the BJP leaders also in the Parliament have continuously been stating that it is the opposition who is not letting the Parliament work. And these are the visuals which we are showing you as para forces have been deployed in the area outside Parliament, because this is the place where the opposition leaders will be marching from Parliament with the banner, posters and the tricolour national flag in their hand, as they have given as they have exactly stated that there is a threat to democracy, and in order to save the democracy, this march is being done. And this is the last day of Parliament, as I tell you that today is the last working day of Parliament, and after today's march, the Parliament will stand till the next session. So these are the visuals which we are showing you, because till now what we are learning is that 17 opposition parties will participate in this march. The TMC, AIUML, DMK, DMK, Samajwadi Party, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, and the other opposition leaders will be joining hands with the Congress, because Mallikarjun Kharge has called this march from Parliament till Vijay Chowk, where all the opposition leaders will be gathering at the Gandhi statue inside Parliament, and then they will be marching from Parliament till the Vijay Chowk. So these are the visuals. As we can see, the tight security arrangement has been done. The entire area has been barricaded, as no opposition leader is allowed to cross this area or go ahead, because they wanted to march till Constitution Club earlier, but they were not given the permission to go till Constitution Club. Therefore, now after marching till Vijay Chowk, they will go to Constitution Club and address a press conference over there. There is a single demand from all the opposition parties, that is that JPC should be constituted in the Adani matter, and there should be the government should respond in the matter which opposition has been stating since the first day of the Parliament. So Swesha, these are the visuals. We are waiting for the opposition leaders to gather here soon, as the timing which was given by opposition leader was around 11:15, but till now they have not gathered. Any march could not be seen outside Parliament. Everyone is waiting when this march will start and exactly what strategy opposition has planned for today, because there has been no opposition meeting inside Parliament as well, because every day what we see is that Mallikarjun Kharge heads the meeting inside Parliament. The opposition meetings take place at 10 o'clock, but today no such thing has happened inside Parliament. This march was called by Mallikarjun Kharge. He requested all the opposition party leaders to come together, and now Swesha, we are waiting that any time soon this march could start. Back to you, Swesha.
Harsha, continue talking to us, because we see intense politics playing out and really laying the road for 2024 from both sides. An unrelenting attack, where we just heard from Prime Minister Modi on the occasion of BJP Foundation Day, where he went on to attack dynastic politics here. We have seen that the opposition is really trying to up the ante, again and again harping on a JPC for the Adani issue.
Exactly, Swesha, the way opposition parties are coming together, this is the one or the other way. This is the way that before 2024, how opposition leaders are partying together, where we see the DMK, where we see NCP, where we see the other party leaders like AIU, ML, Samajwadi Party, and the other, along with Congress, other parties as well, who are coming together. Almost 17 political parties, opposition parties are together. But we have seen that many times when they talk about the third front, or they talk about the unity of opposition parties, we have seen that different leaders taking the leads. We have also seen KCR calling the opposition party leaders together in Hyderabad. We have also seen many a times that Mamta Banerjee has also taken the lead to unite all the opposition party leaders. But Mallikarjun Kharge, in this entire Parliament tenure, he's again and again tried that all opposition parties should come under one umbrella, and they should all be united against the government, especially on this Adani issue, especially on this the demand of JPC, which opposition leaders have been demanding since the first leg of budget session. And during the first leg of budget session also we saw that the march was staged, there was protest from the side of opposition parties, and now in the second leg of budget session we have seen every day that opposition party leaders have created ruckus. They have staged protests inside the Parliament. Not only this, several times they have also done the march from Parliament till Vijay Chowk, along with Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge and other senior leaders of Congress participating as well. They had the play cards, they had the banner posters, and every day they have been wearing black clothes as well, as a symbol where they are depicting that is the requirement that the democracy should be saved. And we have seen that the leaders of BRS, Aam Aadmi Party, DMK, AIUML, NCP and TMC, everyone has been staging protests along with Congress leaders, where they have been saying that the JPC should be constituted. So Swesha, there's a high time that before 2024 they have been targeting and attacking the government on the JPC and the Adani issue, that JPC should be constituted. Swesha, back to you.
All right, Harsha, many thanks for getting us those details, and of course we'll keep coming back to you for further updates on the same. For the moment, we move on. And well, while addressing the 43rd Foundation Day celebrations, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the BJP has resolved to a can-do attitude like that of Lord Hanuman in its determination to fight against corruption. From Parivarvad attack to calling out opposition's fear-mongering tactics, Prime Minister Modi launched a scathing attack on the opposition. He also went on to guide his party workers, where he said that the idea is to have a futuristic vision and focus on making India a developed nation to how we see India in 2047. Listen to some of the excerpts of what he said.
साथियों, सन 47 में अंग्रेज भले चले गए, लेकिन जनता को गुलाम रखने की मानसिकता यहीं पर कुछ लोगों के जहन में बो करके चले गए, यही छोड़ गए थे। इसलिए आजादी के बाद के वर्षों में देश में ऐसा वर्ग खूब फला फूला जो सत्ता को अपना जन्मजात हक समझता था। इन लोगों की बादशाही मानसिकता ने देश की जनता को हमेशा अपना गुलाम माना। 2014 में इस दबे कुचले शोषित वंचित वर्ग ने अपनी आवाज बुलंद की। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे। इसलिए हमारी सरकार के पहले कार्यकाल में ही बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों ने इन शोषितों, वंचितों, दलितों, पिछड़ों कोई मौका नहीं छोड़ा उनकी मजाक उड़ाने में। हर पल उनकी मजाक उड़ाते रहे। हमारी योजनाओं, हमारे कार्यक्रमों को निम्न स्तर का बताने की होड़ बढ़ाई गई। इन्होंने कभी कल्पना भी नहीं की थी कि आर्टिकल 370 कभी इतिहास हो जाएगा। जो काम दशकों तक सरकार चलाने वाले नहीं कर सके, वो काम भाजपा सरकार कैसे कर रही है, ये इन्हें पच नहीं रहा है। इसलिए नफरत से भरे हुए लोग आज झूठ पर झूठ, झूठ पर झूठ बोले जा रहे हैं। अपने भ्रष्ट कर्मों का खुलासा होते देख ये बेचैन है, हताशा से भर गए। इसलिए अब ये लोग इतने हताश, इतने निराश हो चुके हैं कि अब एक ही रास्ता उनको दिख रहा है, एक ही उपाय दिख रहा है, और वो खुल करके कहने लगे हैं, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। वो कब्र खोदने की धमकी देने लगे। बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों को, इन पार्टियों को एक बात पता नहीं है। आज देश का गरीब, देश का सामान्य मानवी, देश का युवा, देश की माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां, दलित, पीड़ित, शोषित, वंचित, आदिवासी, हर कोई भाजपा के कमल को खिलाने के लिए, भाजपा के कमल की रक्षा करने के लिए वो ढाल बनकर के खड़ा हुआ है।
Alright, so we've cut across to these latest pictures coming in from the national capital of the Tiranga March. that the opposition is holding. Parliamentarians of various opposition parties who've taken out this Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk as they are demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe into the Adani row. As we continue to see the logjam in Parliament that is not making any breakthrough, with the opposition MPs creating a ruckus literally on an everyday basis, not allowing the House to function. Now the opposition staging this protest march, calling it the Tiranga March from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, demanding JPC probe in the Adani issue. Harsha is joining us from the ground as she's tracking all these details. Over to you, Harsha.
Exactly, Swesha. Now on your screen, what we are looking at is that all the opposition party leaders are marching from Parliament and they are going towards the middle area of the Raisina Hills. And as we can clearly see, the opposition party leaders are jointly carrying out this march, where the leaders from different political parties, be it Samajwadi Party, be it BRS, be it Aam Aadmi Party, every political party is here. Let us speak.
दोनों साथ साथ कर लो।
Can we see the opposition party leaders are here and they all are carrying this march? And not only this, we are also seeing that the leaders from the different political parties have national flag in their hand, and they're currently stating that there's a time to save the democracy. Therefore, we are showing the visuals and we show that they have gone to the middle area of the Raisina Hills tricolor march. It is what they have quoted this entire march as. So visuals, as we are currently on the visual, we also see that Jairam Ramesh is also here, the senior Congress leader is also here, and BK Hari Prasad is also here. All these senior Congress leaders are here. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word.
You're not speaking to Republic.
So what we clearly show on our screen is that all the political party leaders have gathered and they're not being allowed to march further from this area as Section 144 has been imposed, and they're all
लोगों ने कि विपक्ष के लोग व्यवधान पैदा करते हैं, लेकिन पहली बार है कि सत्ता पक्ष ने 13 मार्च से आज तक जब कभी बोलने की कोशिश की एलओपी ने या विपक्ष में किसी ने, बलपूर्वक वहां से शोर शुरू हो जाता है। मंत्री से लेकर उनके साधारण सदस्य तक सब लोग शोर मचा के व्यवधान करते हैं। तो लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो रही है। किस लिए? भ्रष्टाचार को बचाने के लिए, अडानी को बचाने के लिए, क्योंकि लूटने वाला अगर गुनहगार है अडानी, तो लुटवाने वाली सरकार भी गुनहगार है।
स्थापना दिवस है आज, आप लोग तिरंगा मार्च निकाल रहे हैं।
हाँ, भाजपा को है शायद बुद्धि आ जाए, सद्बुद्धि आ जाए, गोडसे का रास्ता छोड़ के गांधी का अपना ले अगर वो, तो मैं समझता हूँ इसीलिए तिरंगा यात्रा।
देखिए अभी हमसे प्रमोद तिवारी बात कर रहे हैं, ये बताइए कितनी बार आप लोगों ने पूरे सेशन में प्रोटेस्ट किया है, कुछ कारगर साबित हुआ है? देखिए,
जनता के दरबार में हम सारे तथ्य सामने रख रहे हैं, हमें पूरा भरोसा है कि हमें न्याय मिलेगा।
प्रमोद तिवारी तिरंगा लेके आज आप निकले हैं, मांग क्या है?
All right, so that was senior Congress leader Pramod Tiwari also speaking as the opposition parties are taking out this march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk as the opposition is now going on to coordinate and come together to take on the ruling party. The opposition is also stating, and their version coming in of how the second part of the budget session was washed out because they blame the attitude of the government for it, also saying that treasury benches were stalled and they have not entertained a discussion on the Adani issue, which the opposition is continuing to push, which is why they are now stating and leading the Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk. Leaders of Congress, DMK, Samajwadi Party, Shiv Sena, that is the Uddhav Thackeray faction, TMC, Aam Aadmi Party, JDU, CPI, CPIM, RJD, JMM, RS.
भाजपा के स्थापना दिवस पर उन्होंने पूरे सदन की जो मर्यादा है, आत्मा है, इसको नष्ट कर दिया है। सदन में उन्होंने विरोधी दलों पर आरोप लगाया, लेकिन विरोधी दलों को बोलने का मौका नहीं दिया। सदन से बाहर विजय चौक तक हमारे सांसदों को चलने का अनुमति भी नहीं मिल रहा।
और जिस वजह से आज पूरी सदन सेशन पूरा खत्म क्यों हुआ उसके बारे में
सर बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि भ्रष्टाचारी विरोध कर रहे हैं।
ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ പിടിവാശി മൂലമാണ് ഭാഷ ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടത്. ഈ സമ്മേളനം ഭാഷ ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടതിന്റെ പൂർണ്ണ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം സർക്കാരിനാണ്. അദാനി വിഷയത്തിന് മുകളിൽ സമ്പൂർണ്ണ ചർച്ച
और शोरगुल में सरकार ने चुपचाप बिल पास करा लिया, जो कि कभी होता नहीं था। विपक्ष की एक भी मांग नहीं मानेगी और जो सत्तारूढ़ दल के सदस्य हैं वो खड़े होकर संसद को चलने नहीं दे रहे थे। तो इन सब के विरोध में लोकतंत्र की जिस तरह से लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो रही है, उस चक्कर में तिरंगा लेके, राष्ट्र ध्वज लेके सब पूरा विपक्ष यहाँ पर खड़ा हुआ है, विरोध प्रदर्शन कर रहा है।
As we see, this is Rajesh Shukla, senior Congress leader, speaking about the Tiranga march which is being carried out. And then right now we are seeing all the opposition leaders who have gathered here at the Vijay Chowk, and they are also leaving from this very place to the Constitution Club, because what we have been told is that the march was supposed to be taken from Parliament to the Vijay Chowk, and now they'll be addressing a media over there in the Constitution Club. Sir, can we have a bite, sir? Sir, any word on...
Majority is having a very obtuse attitude. In parliamentary parlance, it is said that while the government can have its way, the opposition must have its say. This government does not allow us to have our say, and that is why the parliament has been washed out. That's why we have come out to highlight to the people of India that the flag must be protected, the constitution must be upheld, and the democratic space is shrinking in India, and we need to highlight that.
Supreme Court yesterday watched the plea as well of the 14 opposition parties. How do you look at it?
See, the court in its judicial wisdom has ruled that maybe it was a very broad-based plea. The court was not in a position to entertain it. We will fine-tune the plea and come back.
So we wanted to run the house. We wanted to save the discussion and democracy. That is the symbol of Tiranga, what we are marching now. There will be a press conference in Constitution Club. You can all join that.
Stop the parliamentary proceedings. Why? They don't want to discuss this Adani scam. They are running away from the Adani scam. We are continuously asking for an inquiry, JPC inquiry on this thing. They don't want to do this. Therefore, they are running away from the parliament. There is no parliament, democracy is there. Therefore, we are marching towards that.
But sir, BJP is blaming the opposition for not running the...
आपकी इको हो रही है। तिरंगा यात्रा मत कहिए, तिरंगा यात्रा मत कहिए। अपने राष्ट्रीय झंडे को सीने से लगा करके हमने ये बताने की कोशिश की है इस निजाम को, एक मित्र के लिए आप इस झंडे पे धब्बा डाल रहे हो। वो मित्र जो है ना आपका, उसने देश की साख खराब कर दी है। We need to restore the credibility of my nation, where the mind is without fear. इसलिए मैं मोदी जी को हम लोग संदेश दे रहे हैं, देश से बड़ा अडानी नहीं है।
Will opposition will be united after the parliament session also?
When people are united, there is a pressure on each political party, and you would see in coming months, everything shall be in order.
All right, so those are the live reactions that continue to come in through the Tiranga march that the opposition parties are staging. We are slipping into a very short commercial break on that note, but we'll get you the very latest on the other side. So, space information coming in of how 13 opposition parties nearly are to skip the quote-unquote evening tea. That and much more on the other side. Do stay with us.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही है, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Attack in the train from Alappuzha to Kannur has been now arrested from Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. The Kerala ATS has been constantly giving out information about this particular Shahrukh Saifi to all the important ATS in the important cities. The Kerala police had taken out one cell phone which played a crucial role in nabbing this accused right now, and Shahrukh Saifi's name along with the picture drawn by a eyewitness was what helped the police to identify this person as Shahrukh Saifi.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water, and this is a great success, and I would like us to work more closely on that.
There's a mail that has been sent to you asking for help. Are you saying that there is no email? Boss, you cannot enter someone.
The biggest actions of the movements include of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killing.
I am willing to ask you certain questions, sir. I have a word. You delete everything and then where is the question of recording, sir? Well, I'll show you, but why did you put your hand to my pocket? Why did you slap my phone?
Mr. Wazir, why have you arrested him? Because it was a case, I believe, that was closed by the police itself. They're trying to stop us from reporting.
यहाँ पर लिखा गया है स्टैंड, इसी जगह से सचिन वाजे को बोला गया।
We are right now reporting from Vijay Chowk as we show you that the opposition leaders are marching from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, as there was a tricolor march and the national flag was carried by the opposition leaders. Several opposition parties took participate in this march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, and later they moved towards Constitution Club. A march on the last day of Parliament which opposition leaders were voicing is a message to save democracy, and there is a threat to democracy. You're watching Republic TV. It's time for a short break. We'll slip into a short break. After break, we'll show you more visuals and breaking updates on opposition parties' march. Slip into a short break.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first. The nation wants to know why Bengal is burning. Mamata Banerjee has declared that the BJP is the chief instigator. If that is the case, I ask, and if Mamata Banerjee does indeed have proof that the BJP is instigating, then why does she not arrest the BJP Bengal chief Shukanta Majumdar or the leader of the opposition and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari? And if she does not have the proof, then isn't she admitting her own defeat and inability in handling the situation, and therefore, to avoid blame, make it political. The state government is very quick to misuse the police to file FIRs on the media, on news channels like Republic. But when it comes to harshly implementing law and order, where it needs to be done, where is the police, Mamta Banerjee? Have lawbreakers in Bengal been emboldened to the point where they don't care two hoots about the police and the security machinery? And where is the minister in charge of law and order, Mamta Banerjee herself? If the governor visits the riot hit areas, where, we ask, is the chief minister? The nation wants to know. The nation must know.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास।
एक तरीके से हमारे न्याय प्रणाली को